When people think about bullying, they usually imagine a single moment, one student targeting another. It feels isolated, like something that only affects the people directly involved. But that's not how bullying actually works. In reality, bullying creates ripple effects that spread far beyond that moment, shaping entire schools and communities in ways that often go unnoticed. At its core, bullying creates a toxic environment. It introduces anxiety, fear, and social isolation, not just for the person being targeted, but for everyone who witnesses it. Over time, this kind of environment doesn't just affect emotions, it changes behaviors. It shifts what people see as normal. One of the most serious consequences is the normalization of violence. When students repeatedly see bullying happening without consequences, they begin to internalize it. Behavior that once seemed unacceptable starts to feel accepted. Students in behavioral psychology show that people learn by observing others, especially in group settings like schools. So when aggression goes unchecked, it can quietly teach others that this is how power works, that being dominant or intimidating is acceptable. This creates a cycle. The more bullying is seen, the more it spreads. Students who might not have acted aggressively before may begin to copy what they've observed, either to fit in or to avoid becoming targets themselves. Over time, the environment becomes one where harmful behavior is no longer the exception. It becomes part of the culture. But the impact doesn't stop with those who participate. Bystanders, students who witness bullying, are deeply affected as well. Research has shown that bystanders who often experience this have increased stress, anxiety, and feelings of helplessness. They may want to help but feel unsure of what to do or afraid of becoming targets themselves. This creates a sense of guilt and internal conflict. That emotional stress adds up. When students constantly witness negative interactions without resolution, it lowers their overall sense of safety. Schools stop feeling like a place where they can relax and focus. Instead, it becomes unpredictable, somewhere they have to stay alert, watch what they say, and avoid drawing attention. This leads to something even broader, a culture of fear. In environments where bullying is common, trust begins to break down. Students may stop speaking up in class, avoid social situations, or isolate themselves frequently. Friendships become more fragile, and communication becomes more guarded. Even those who are never directly bullied can feel the weight of that atmosphere. And when that fear becomes a part of the environment, it affects learning. Students perform worse academically when they feel unsafe or anxious. Their ability to concentrate drops, participation decreases, and motivation can decline. Over time, this impacts not just individual success, but the overall performance and well-being of the entire school. The long-term effects go even further. Bullying has been linked to long-lasting consequences, such as antisocial behavior, mental health changes, and ongoing social isolation. Individuals who grow up in environments where bullying is common may carry those patterns into adulthood, either struggling with trust in relationships or continuing cycles of harmful behavior. There are also broader community impacts. Lower academic outcomes can limit future opportunities, which can affect economic stability. Increased stress and mental health challenges can lead to higher long-term health costs. And when social isolation becomes common, communities can lose their sense of connection that helps them thrive. So, while bullying may seem like a series of small, individual accidents, it actually functions more like a chain reaction. One that can shape the culture of an entire community over time. But that also means something important. The cycle can be broken. When people speak up, support those who are targeted, and refuse to accept harmful behavior as normal, they begin to shift that culture. Even small actions, such as checking in on someone, reporting bullying, or standing beside someone who feels alone, can have a powerful impact. These community actions send a different message, that respect, empathy, and safety are what define the community. Changing a culture doesn't happen instantly, but it starts with awareness. Understanding that bullying affects everyone, not just the individuals involved, is the first step towards creating a safer, more supportive environment. Because in the end, the kind of the community we live in isn't shaped by just the problems that we face, it's shaped by how we respond to them.